Is dry January stupid? I am seeing it all over the place, hearing about it. My daughter's talking about how she's doing dry January, where she is going to cleanse her body of any kind of toxins, the booze, and everything else that might be fun in life for 1 month. I guess the purpose is to let the body catch up and maybe even to prove to yourself that you can quit if you like. Saw on TikTok a lot of people talking about how they're trying it and how it's a lot harder than they thought it was going to be. In the first couple days, it might be good. And then you start running into a couple problems, and boy, a drink would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
The problem for me is if I have any kind of social events, any parties, any open bar, any like fun things to go to, any fancy dinners, that's when it's the most tempting. When I'm home at my house, I'm cool, I'm fine.
Just don't drink and don't make a big deal out of it. If you don't want to drink, don't drink. And don't make a stupid holiday out of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do, because I think they, with their friends, they like to be like, we're doing the trendy thing, we're doing something cool, and everybody else is doing it, so we're doing it too.
It is good for you, I get it. And then at the end of the month, if you think you feel better and you lost weight or you have more clarity mentally, then maybe you aren't good with alcohol. Some people don't respond well to alcohol.
There's a couple on social media, and they're sort of virally. And I sort of know them, and they are sort of annoying because we're doing dry January. Oh my gosh, as a couple, and you should do it too. Hashtag dry January. Hashtag trends. Hashtag we're better than you. Stop.
Yeah, I think people do it for the wrong reason. I think a lot of people that I'm seeing it, they're doing it more for the clout and for being trendy than they are for actually saying, you know what, maybe it's probably a good idea to prove to myself I can, to give my body a little bit of a rest. And just take a break and see what life looks like without it. So what they throw in your face instead of having cocktails is the mocktails. And man, it feels like more people are into dry January this year than I've ever seen, because I'm seeing different bars now that are really promoting the fact that they have a wide array of mocktails. And to me, that's where it gets dumb. That's why I asked the question, is it stupid? Because if you go into a bar and you buy a mocktail for about the same price as a cocktail, which actually has a physical effect on your body and kind of loosens you up and makes you feel a little bit better, to spend the same amount on the liquid that tastes, I'm not buying it for the taste, right? For the most part, you're buying it for the effect, correct? Isn't that why it has the price tag it does, is for the effect, not for the taste?
But
am I wrong?
If people are true connoisseurs of spirits and cocktails and crafted cocktails, you're doing it for both. You're doing it for the taste, you're doing it for the craftsmanship, you're doing it for all those little elements that go into it besides the alcohol. So there is a segment of the population that would still pay for those mocktails, love those mocktails. I've seen it, I've done it.
I just don't do well with pressure, and putting dry January on me is going to cause me to have pressure, and then I'm going to have a drink. Pressure equals let me have a drink.
Yeah. Well, with our audience, 59% of people think that dry January is stupid, but it's about even in the numbers. Now, one thing that might be good, to me, I am more a fan of moderation. I believe in, let's not do anything crazy drastic. People will make these sweeping declarations and these resolutions. They pretty much fail. 18 days in, a majority of people are going to be giving up their New Year's resolution.
My main New Year's resolution was, Bird, you're quitting soda. You're not going to be drinking any soda.
What you got in your hand?
Coca-Cola.
Looks good, though.
Started getting the shakes. I needed it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mama needs her medicine.
The shakes.
So for me, I am a person, look, I've had that conversation. I'm like, I'm never going to drink again. Then what happens next weekend? I'm drinking again. But I did see this, and I think this might be good. For somebody that may think dry January is not for them, to me, I like the 1, 2, 3 drinking rule that I saw. It's like, okay, this is good, because I do know the times where I'm not happy with how I drank. I think a lot of times going into it, my mindset's not right. I'm in there, I'm saying, boy, I've got to just blow off some steam, and I go gung-ho, and then the next day, after what I've done, I'm like, oh my gosh. you should have charged into it with a different attitude. And the 1, 2, 3 drinking rule to me is a good guideline of moderation. Now, what it says is you go in saying that you will limit yourself to 1 drink per hour. That's the number one. When you start throwing in a couple in an hour, that's when your blood alcohol level gets out of whack and you start doing the goofy, dumb stuff.
Okay.
So that's when things get fun.
1 per hour. Got it.
This is to keep you away from the regretful drinking and the anxiety. 1 per hour. 2, have no more than 2 drinks on any occasion. So if you go out for the night, you know, all right, I'm going to give myself 2 cocktails, one maybe the beginning and then the third quarter. And then that's going to be what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That'll be my night of drinking. And the number 3, you stick to a maximum of 3 drinks per day, because anything more is kind of considered binge drinking. So you're firmly in the moderate drinking realm. You're not into the binge drinking realm, but you're not doing the dry January. It's the mindset going in. That I don't often do. I go in and you put in front of me, I'm going to drink it.
So are they saying 3 drinks a day means you're a moderate drinker?
It would still put you, you're not in the binge category. Once you hit 4 drinks in a day, that's what they categorize as binge drinking.
To me, if you drank 3 drinks every single day, you're an alcoholic. I mean, if you have to have 3 alcoholic drinks every single day, and that's really your schedule, you like the juice.
Absolutely. You'd be in the category of heavy drinker.
I would agree.
I think you and I kind of drink similarly, Kevin. I think that at the end of the week, we both go do it to blow off steam, and we both make really bad choices when it comes to the amount consumed. And I really saw a lot of that in myself over the Christmas break. Definitely just blowing off steam right and left, chugging whatever was in front of me right and left. And so instead of like making a dry January proclamation, I signed myself up for therapy. Starting in January, I'm going to start seeing somebody professionally and talking about ways that I can channel stress that doesn't include drinking every drink possible on Friday and Saturday.
I think therapy is a good thing for everybody here.
Yeah, I already have my appointment booked. I'm in the calendar.
Okay.
I'm going to try this because the binge drinking is not good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people recognize that. And so that's why I think we all, if you are a drinker, you want to probably find where you can get in that. Look, there are some good benefits from it, and you've had some good times drinking. That's why you do it. But there can be some sad and depressing times, too, if you let the alcohol win the day. And so to me, it's about creating the mindset going into the day that you're going to drink and have your own guidelines that you never break. And if you do, I think you'll be like, all right, I'm in a happy, healthy balance.
And
with
that
my
1,
alcohol.
2, 3 is good, but you have to just keep reminding yourself going into it. 1, 2, 3. Do the 1, 2, 3. Don't mess this up.
Yeah,
you got that. If you sat down with if you really think you're struggling, I'm guaranteeing if you sat down with somebody, you'd correct this thing and feel better about it.
Yep.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.